I've got tick bite fever. That's where I am right now. So, there's that song, You Give Me Fever. Well, that's like my ode to the ticks right now. So I may not be sounding my best or looking my best, and I certainly don't feel my best, but it's the perfect time for me to talk to you about something that's been on my heart for a long time. Because a lot of you guys have asked me this question: what if I take medication? And what better time to talk about medication and your vibration than when I'm taking medication, which is actually, to be very honest with you guys, most days of my life I take medication. I have asthma, and as a kid I had very out of control asthma that really was tough to navigate through and led me to death's door on numerous occasions. So as an adult, I do as much as I can to stay as healthy as I can, but I've had to learn some very harsh lessons, some very deep realizations about medications that I want to share with you. Because there is a mentality in the spiritual community that says, number one, if I'm sick, I'm failing. That's the first thing. Within the spiritual community, there's this judgment that's like, oh, well, if you've got a cold, for example, what have you been suppressing? Or if you've broken your toe, I see you have problems moving forward in your life. Now, there's this wonderful book by Louise Hay, and I'm pretty sure it's called The Little Blue Book. Some of you guys might have it, or you know it, or you've heard about it, and it's really helpful. It is. She lists the many varied diseases and illnesses that a person can have, and then the associated belief system that caused that to happen. So like if you've got backache, it's because I'm not feeling supported in life. This is the Louise Hay work. And I'm not saying it's wrong at all, because when I don't feel supported, my lower back hurts like heck. So it's 100% true. The issue here is that it led to a spiritual community prone to judge illness as wrong and judge ill people as wrong and less and therefore unworthy. And so it gave us a sense of failure. Sick equals fail. Sick equals messing up. But that's not the truth. The truth is, if you're sick, you're purging. If you're sick, you're cleansing. If you're sick, that's when you got to get into self-honoring. Imagine how your body feels. It's sick. It needs you. It needs you in its corner. This is not a time to turn against your body and go, stupid illness, stupid body. This is the opposite. This is, okay, body, how can I serve myself? How can I honor myself? And for people around you to go, oh, how can we honor you too? So can you see how kind of messed up the spiritual community got that one? It became an opportunity for judgment. That's the one thing. The second thing is that illness often requires medication. And yes, there are so many natural medications that you can use, which can be wonderful, but there will be times where you won't benefit from a natural medication as much as an allopathic medication. For example, maybe you've got diabetes and you need insulin. Maybe you've got asthma and you need inhalers. It doesn't matter what, maybe you've got depression and you need to take antidepressants. Now I'm getting into dangerous territory, Because can you see how many people hold these non-negotiable belief systems that say these things are wrong? And I'm not saying to you, they're fine. They will make you work harder. Being on asthma medication makes me work harder. It does, because I have to consciously raise my frequency. But here is the real important thing for you to know regarding medication. We have lived in an inverted matrix. The spiritual community was so infiltrated. Quite rightly so. It had to be, because that's where the most powerful people on the planet were. So we needed the powerful people on the planet to be dimmed. Their light needed to be dimmed from the perspective of the false matrix. For the false matrix to survive, they had to cut them off at the knees, those people, the light warriors and the light workers who could really make the changes. So part of that infiltration into the spiritual community was sowing the seeds of self-judgment and judgment of others, and therefore superiority, kind of like this spiritual ego was given birth to. And people began to say things like, oh, I only drink green smoothies, and because I drink my green smoothies, I'm now going to ascend. I now have a high frequency because of my green smoothies, and because you're eating whatever it is you're eating, oh, you're not going to ascend. So whether it is the food that you're putting in your mouth or the medication that you're putting in your mouth, the spiritual community's false belief system said that your frequency is determined outside of you, not by you. That's inverted. That's not true. That is totally convoluted inside out and upside down. And that is a symptom of the false matrix spiritual community and how they were brainwashed into giving up their power and believing now that the stuff that they put into their mouth, be it the medication or the green smoothie, that that's going to determine their frequency. But you determine your frequency. And when you determine your frequency, you hold your tablets, your medication, whatever it is you need to take. You literally put it here in your hand. And you take a little moment and let yourself know, this is not my frequency. I am my frequency. And I'm introducing this medication now to me. I'm introducing this medication to my frequency. So what are you doing now? Oh, yes, now you're repatterning it. Now you are repatterning the medication. I've told my guys in the Plasma Light Tribe, I think it was them that I shared this with, there's a drinking bottle that I had on, it wasn't this one, but I'm just showing you what it looks like. At the bottom of the drinking bottle that I had, there was exactly like this, a barcode. And somebody said, oh my gosh, I think it was on the Dita Brewers video that I did. I'm drinking my water and this person sees the label and they're like, oh no, there's a QR, not a QR code, a barcode at the bottom of your water. And don't you know that that's structuring your water badly? And you're drinking something now that has a very negative frequency. You've got to take that barcode off. Spiritual community, this is wake up time. We don't have time to have these false belief systems anymore. I hold my water in my hand. I hold my tablets. I hold my food, whatever it is. I'm the frequency. I emit the charge. But if I didn't, this is important. If I wasn't in touch with my frequency and I couldn't access my radiant light and I didn't trust it because I didn't know it, because how can you trust what you don't know? Yeah, then that is going to become an influence. And the medication can become an influence then, yes, to my frequency. And to a degree, that smoothie, that green smoothie that I'm talking about, that can certainly lift me up a little bit. But what if I'm pouring that green smoothie into toxicity? I'm pouring that expensive superfood, whatever it is, into judgment, condemnation, superiority, trauma that I haven't faced, etc. You really think that that's still going to ascend you? No. What's going to ascend you is your authenticity. And a lot of people now are going to go, no, it can't be. It's my love. It's my love that's going to send me. Okay, I do agree that love, there it is. I can't speak about things without feeling them. Yes, there's the love. The love is so damn powerful. It is so powerful. And as I speak to you of love now, you'll be able to, if you're sensitive and energetically tuned in, you'll feel the love with me. We can't deny that this is powerful, but when the love is real, because it's authentic, because I'm authentic, because I'm in the moment, then that love is on steroids. Perfect pun, Kerry, for the medication conversation, right? That love is amplified. Your authenticity, your realness breaks down all the density, breaks down all the judgments, breaks down all the toxicity. It makes you humble. Oh, it makes you so beautiful. Truly, honestly beautiful. I want you to start understanding that you determine your frequency. It exudes. Your frequency exudes from you. It isn't something that you ingest. But what you ingest is going to have influence, but it's not going to determine the totality of you. And when you're powerful, you determine the energy of the medication then, and then what you take becomes dissipated. What you ingest into your body now aligns with your frequency and actually becomes answerable to your frequency. It's got to elevate itself. I love you. Speak to me in the comments below. Are you on medication, or are you judging yourself for it? Stop and step into acceptance. This is where I am. If you're ready to really take your spiritual journey up there, right up there, then join me in the Plasma Light Tribe. I meet with you every week. Fridays are our days for the live calls, and we spend an hour and a half, sometimes more, in very deep and profound conversation, activation, meditation. I'll see you there. That's where you raise your frequency. Lots of love, everyone. Bye-bye for now.